So next up is Guy Archibald, who will share his thoughts on mining, an analytical environmental chemist and microbiologist with 20 years experience. He has worked on implementing the Community Right to Know Act and has been with the Southeast Alaska Conservation Council for 11 years. Thank you so much for being here, Guy.
All right, thank you for having me. I'm coming to you from Aquan lands within Tlingit, or what the Postal Service refers to as Juneau, Alaska. Thankfully, the administration is committed to act on two fronts to combat climate change: cutting greenhouse gas emissions and protecting natural carbon sinks that remove carbon from the atmosphere. Cutting emissions by transitioning to renewable energy and electric transportation is going to require an enormous amount and increase in the production of metals. The administration is also committed to sourcing these metals domestically, which translates into more mining on public lands. Some of these lands are also critical for their ability to sequester carbon. In Alaska, the Tongass and Chugach National Forests are prime examples. The Tongass alone represents 8% of the nation's carbon removing capacity. Responsible mining must include protecting these carbon sinks, local ecosystems, biodiversity, and the other users of the public lands. Mining is still not environmentally safe. Metal mining accounts for over 80% of all toxic releases and has contaminated hundreds of waterways across the US and Alaska. We cannot trade one globally damaging energy source for another. So for mining to be sustainable, there needs to be changes in policy and law. For instance, 40 CFR 228 must be amended to include a clear no option for federal land managers within the permitting process, where they may determine that mining is incompatible with the overall climate goals. This no option currently does not exist. The administration must also push for a national bad actors law, which blocks individuals and companies who walk away from their commitment to clean up old mines from getting permits to start new ones. No mining permits should ever be authorized that must rely on treatment in perpetuity to prevent environmental destruction. It is not responsible to pass these burdens on to our grandchildren. We also must pursue research in zero waste mining. For instance, repurposing tailings and waste rock into geopolymers that would not only encase the toxic material, but replace all uses for Portland cement. Portland cement contributes 6 to 7% of the global carbon emissions. Geopolymers are carbon neutral. The administration must also invest in recycling as a primary source of metals, especially for the rare earth elements. We must not only build back better, but we must build back smarter. And I would look forward to having extended conversations with anybody on any of these issues. And thank you.